Hey everybody, welcome back. We're doing another Marvel Future Revolution video. Got a big update coming. It's going to be tonight if you're watching this video, depending where your time zone is, September 14th, 15th. I'm actually personally really excited about what I'm seeing here. I've had some concerns about certain aspects of the game, end game, and then there's been a bunch of drama about what game mode should be like, and I see what I think is the developers' attempt to appease a bunch of people who had some issues. So I think it's going to cause some other problems, but we'll get to that in a bit. But I am happy to see him do it. If you're new to the channel, check out the Discord link in the description below. Hammer down like buttons, click notification bells, all that kind of stuff. Now let's check it out.
Bring me WolverThor!
All right, so it's basically a lot of patch notes, stuff added to the game, but we're going to talk about what we're seeing here. So first off, very high level, I like what I'm seeing from the developers here. We've got new content. We've got adjustments in characters, some balancing that they're trying to do, but not an extreme. It's a little bit with characters that I all think needed tweaks. And I like to see that they're trying to do it to see how much closer it brings, because I don't want to see nerfs. So to me, that is really, really something I like. We've got a new level cap coming, talk a little bit about the new character and new content already. So first off, we've got a new territory, Dark Domain Part 1. So we're going to have Dormammu in there. It talks about the level cap being expanded. I already mentioned that. 2 additional fields are going to call Distorted Boundaries and Territory of the Outcast. We're basically going to be going against Dormammu. The first section is a space where it's going to be powerful dark magic. Due to the convergence, a large number of civilians have been sucked in there. Scarlet Witch and Niku Minoru protect the civilians against the dangerous foes. So anybody who keeps talking about Scarlet Witch and the data mine, blah, 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 blah. All right, so let's, look, I'm all into data mines, and I love speculation, but this was basically what it was unless something changes in the future. The second territory of the Outcast is a bordering area of the Netherworld. It's ruled by Mephisto, so for all you WandaVision fans out there, maybe this satisfies our appetite a little bit on this. I don't know. It doesn't, maybe. Anyway, so I was excited to see him in there. We fight between the dominants of the 2 Hell Lords, Dormammu and Mephisto. And then they say, we hope you enjoy the addition of a new cast and exciting events while enduring through Distorted Boundaries and Territory of the Outcast. There are still many regions in Primary Earth that have not yet been introduced. We will release more interesting regions to explore with future updates, obviously. So love seeing that. New Blitz. So with this comes a new Blitz. The Dark Dimension Corps, led by the Eternal Dormammu, has exposed their plans, and basically we're going to be going against Dormammu with the title. In the Blitz, it's going to be titled "The Ruler of the Dark Dimension." Dormammu transfers up for up to 3 stages, and his combat style will have very different patterns from previous Blitz bosses. So I'm excited to see this part. When I was playing these, people were like, "This is boring, it's repetitive." The comment I continually made was, look, if they make it too hard up front, they're going to lose people. Like, you got to get engaged in the game first. You got to, like, have it a little bit hard, but not too hard. So you're, like, kind of sucked in a little bit. And then as things come along and, the fights get harder and harder, there's more dynamics. There's more where you actually have to, like, coordinate with your teammates to make sure you're not standing right things or standing in the right things all at the certain times. Hey, it's go to the red circles or we're all gonna die. Or no, you gotta go to the green circle. That sort of things. Those things evolve over time in games. So I like seeing this. The patterns were developed based on the concept of Dormammu as the ruler of dimensions, and the heroes will have to face him must avoid deadly attacks while constantly moving through different spaces. So that should be interesting. We'll see how that shakes out, but I'm excited to see the new Blitz. Epic Invasion Mad Titan. So this is Thanos. They mentioned this earlier. We knew this was coming through some hardships and struggles. Basically, our heroes have defeated Thanos, who brought destruction to Hydra and Xandar, but the universe is wide, so there's multiple Thanoses. So this other Thanos from a different dimension comes in, and he's looking to conquer Primary Earth. So Epic Invasion consists of 5 difficulty levels. 5. So I love this. I think anybody who's at the end game now was hoping for this. They really wanted to make sure, like, are you going to give us more difficult content? This to me is the answer. Now, what I hope for is the third level of difficulty. So if 1's the easiest and 5's the hardest, the third level of difficulty, my hope is that somebody in the, I'll say 600 to 800 range, they can do it, but they have to be decent in it. You know, it's like, okay, but you can't just go in there and auto it. You know, it's like, all right. So obviously the ones below that are much easier. Then in the fourth one, that person, that same, you know, and anybody above that is fine. You know, my buddy Halfcent, I'd say, like he's probably autoing level 3. But as you get into level 4, the person who's in that 600 to 800-ish range, you've got to be borderline perfect to make it through there. You got to make sure your dodge is on point. You got to make sure you're using the right abilities. You got to make sure your cooldowns are used properly. And then what I mentioned about the third difficulty for those same type of players, when you get the high-end 1.3 million type players, those people in in difficulty 4 here will hopefully have to be like, all right, I've really got to pay attention here to survive. Like if they get hit a few times, okay, they can survive, but not too many times. And then on difficulty 5, those same high level players, the 1.3 million power players, they have to be borderline perfect to survive. So maybe one hit. And then anybody lower than that, you have no room for error, none. And you'll be lucky to survive this. There might even be like a DPS or gear check that it's like, look, if you're not 900K, you just can't get through here, you know, unless you just you're so optimized that you can make it through. So that's the way I hope it is, so that it's really, really a struggle. Those high-end players are like, you know what? I've got to help my alliance mates get stronger in XYZ mode. You know, so I'm going to do that so that I can get stronger in difficulty 5 of the invasion. That's what I like to see in MMOs, you know, where you got your high-end players struggling a little bit and helping the lower tier to bring up as well. And then you collectively get it. I find those, I'll never forget the time when my WoW guild beat, you know, the Lich King for the first time. And it was on one of our last attempts. And we cheered, you know, in Discord or whatever it was we were using at the time. It wasn't Discord, but, and I'm like, did we all just cheer? You know, and it was like, okay. So anyway, I like stuff like that. I think it's fun. Maybe I'm a nerd, but I think that's cool. So prepare for the fight. Epic Invasion will begin in 2 weeks after the new update. So that's going to basically be the end of September. We thought that might be at the end of September, and sure enough, it was. And then there's some improvements to the game. So they go through here saying, look, we're trying to listen, you know, we do what we can, but you know, we're balancing a lot of things. First one's continued hero balance. I'll get into that in a little bit, so I'm not going to focus there. Blitz reward count improvement. The reward count for Blitz is 3 times for each kind, but we will change the system to have an overall reward count for all Blitzes. This will shorten insignificant and repetitive play so that agents can focus on acquire battle badges that match their current levels. So, look, I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm hopeful. One of the problems I had is, why do I have to run this level 20 through 70 or even 80 blitzes auto 3 times each when I don't need anything other than, but I do like the battle badges so that I can dismantle them for extra. So depending on what they do here, it might feel good, but remember that that was a method of farming as well. So we might have to have an alternate method of farming if you're not going to be able to do that anymore. So you know, jury's out for this a little bit. One thing that I do want to do while we've got this is, you know, because I want to stamp this in time, right? So let's look at our game real quick. I want to see, you know, what blitz rewards we get, right? So this is showing what our potential blitz rewards are. You can see they cut the same boxes, goes up a little bit of gold, goes up a little bit of gold, potential other box, a little bit more squad rank, a little bit more gold, a little bit more squad rank, and that, yeah, jump boxes too at level 60. So like that. And then we're getting more gold here as we get to level 70. More gold and squad rank as you get to level 80, and another box. As you get to level 90, more gold and squad rank, and then level 100, more gold and squad rank with another box. So I've already finished my, what is it? How far have I gone here? It looks like I've done most of mine. So I've got my 40s and down left. So, you know, just to see what you kind of get out of these, you can see, again, these are the boxes where it's a level 40 battle badge, and you've got a converging particle box that you get as you finish these. So quick rewards there, as you can see. You got your squad, you got your gold, and then you get a badge and some whatever comes from that, or, you know, some particles in this case. So not a lot there, and you run it 3 times, right? And that's pretty much it for that blitz. All right, certain content's reward policy adjustment and revival improvement. In content where party play is recommended, such as Blitz and Raid, if a hero's HP is 0 at the end of the session, rewards cannot be claimed. So this is going to get rid of anybody who just auto blindly or vultures or leeches. Like, you got to play. And I actually really like this. I'm all for helping to carry somebody, but people who just like blindly go in there and die, it's like, okay. In addition, if the agent does not revive for a certain amount of time after reaching 0 HP, they're basically removed. Now, because they're doing this, they're going to remove the cost to revive from crystals to gold, and they also say it's going to be a reasonable rate. So thumbs up to that. Improvements on lack of gold. Basically, they've heard that there's a lack of gold. They're currently improving the flow. They're going to figure out more. That's it. Dark Zone changes and improvement. This is a big one. I just put a video out yesterday, which there was a bunch of drama related to it. You know, check it out if you want to see kind of what was happening in Dark Zone and Omega Flight and some controversy. Basically, it was talking about, you know, well, let me read it. Dark Zone will be changed to allow agents to acquire XP in Dark Zone. In order to fight Mad Titan Thanos from Epic Invasion, agents are required to get stronger and acquire XP by defeating any villain in Dark Zone. So you got to do Dark Zone to be able to do Epic Invasion. So I like that. In addition, this is the big part. Dark Zone Channel 3 will change to a channel where PvP will not be available. So for all the drama and stuff associated with that, there will be a dedicated channel to non-PvP zone. We'll see how that shakes out. That's another Oprah, but that is going to be there. So anybody who didn't like that aspect of it, you've got your channel now. Omega War match moving improvement. I love seeing this. They're going to talk about where they're separating the heroes according to level a little bit more even. So it's a little bit fair. I like that. Skill preset change improvement. They're going to add a function on the front end of the HUD so that you can actually do this simply. This improvement needs to help, seeks to help agents improve and optimize their skill settings at a certain spot. They still have issues and bugs doing it while they're in combat, but they're exploring it. Optimization improvement regarding the heat exchange and gameplay. We're trying to further optimize our setup. So a little bit more gameplay. I get that. To add on this will bring new events and quality of life improvements. Stay tuned. Blah, 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 blah. And then they have a magic survey notice, which, by the way, this makes me think magic's probably a ways away. You know, I mean, they've got the survey in there. It's like, all right. One other thing here. So the balance adjustments, Captain America, Star-Lord, and Storm. I like seeing all three of them get buffs. I'll leave this here. You can kind of screenshot it or go read it if you want. What I like about this is they're adding a debuff immunity. They're adding a bunch of guard break increases to Captain America to hit him better. So multiple abilities here are going to make it so that he can guard break easier. Star-Lord, they're reducing the stacks from 8 to 7, so it activates sooner. I don't play him a lot, but I like seeing that. So I think he needed a buff. Improve this skill to fire lasers while tracking an enemy's location. And again, another guard break increase. Storm, similar situation with some effects going from 8 to 7. I like that. Increased damage on their wind slash. Decreased cast time on 1. I'd like to see that for some other ones, and also gave her a bunch more guard breaks, as well as increasing the guard break of all. Well, I mentioned some more guard breaks. So I like seeing that. They've fixed some bugs. They have some new events. They've got some offers in here if you want to check them out. I'm not going to go through these in detail. I think this is something that maybe I can talk about in an offer video or something like that. They've got some additional new bundles. Again, I don't want to go through these in a lot of detail. You can check these out. Freeze the screen if you want to check them out. You know, I think store videos are kind of a separate thing, but I did want to and they discontinued some items. So I wanted to get this out there. I wanted to share with you guys. Definitely know what you think. Dark Zone stuff, level caps, you know, invasion, all of this kind of stuff I think is super, super dope. I'm really excited about it. Are you? You know, I was questioning how much more to get in this game. They're doing things that are making me want to be more and more into it. So appreciate you stopping by. Hammer down the like button, Discord link in the description below, notification bell, description, all that stuff. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.